Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. We're gonna go over KREESE'S master, kind of like I did in the previous video, however, a little more in depth, and exactly where we heard it from in Karate Kid 3, along with some speculation and theory at the end of the video. So, in 1970, KREESE became the US Army's karate champion, and later became the first Cobra Kai in his team. He founded the team when he was in the Army along with Terry Silver, who was like a little brother to him, and several other Army vets. While the methodology was that akin to the darker ways of karate and martial arts, teaching discipline through striking fear into the enemy and giving no mercy, Sensei KREESE learned firsthand from his own Mr. Miyagi. Well, sort of. Studying under Kim Sun-young of South Korea, KREESE learned all the ways of striking first. Now, Kim Sun-young was a karate master in South Korea who trained John KREESE in the art of karate in general. After KREESE went on to train his fellow soldiers, including one of them being Terry Silver, KREESE and Terry then went on to continue their training even further with Sun-young in South Korea. Where did we first hear about this? Well, we actually heard it first from Terry Silver himself in Karate Kid 3, when he comes to Mr. Miyagi's home while him and Daniel are practicing kata. He informs them, albeit full of lies, that KREESE is dead, and that his master, Kim Sun-young, sends his respects from South Korea. He tells them how KREESE was really never like the way that he was, again, all lies, telling them that war does something to a man. Now, clearly, if you've seen Karate Kid 3, you know Silver was one of the most manipulative villains in the whole franchise. Some argue even worse than KREESE. He was kind of like the younger, more slithery version of his friend. KREESE later shows up in the movie, as we've seen, to intimidate Daniel along with Silver and Mike Barnes, who they hired to beat up on Daniel. Now, Mike makes Johnny look like a cream puff, and I hope that they'll bring Barnes back in Season 2 of Cobra Kai. I feel like the Karate Kid universe is ever expanding, and the reintroduction of original characters would be a perfect way to bring all fans together, young and old. A bit of a backstory here for me: I was only 5 or 6 when my dad first showed me Karate Kid, and I literally watched it with him every night for years and years on end. That, coupled with Star Wars and Back to the Future trilogies, we had an awesome time. I was put into kickboxing and karate when I was 3.5 years old until I was about 11 or 12, and then I went into Aikido, where my dad had his own dojo since he learned pretty much all of his life in America and Japan through the original founders and masters of Aikido itself. Then I went to do some MMA of my own for a couple years, just very light. I wasn't really that far into it, and then just boxing here and there just to keep in shape. So martial arts has been a huge staple in my life. That and the fact that I would watch all these movies as a kid, including Bloodsport and Kickboxer and pretty much all the Van Damme movies and Seagal movies and any 80s or 90s action movie pretty much. So martial arts for me is numero uno. So the fact that they're continuing the story like this on YouTube is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Let me know who you want to see in Season 2, and thank you so much for watching this video. Hit like if you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some insight on KREESE'S character and the universe as a whole. Until the next episode of Cobra Kai Theory, remember, pain does not exist in this dojo.